Welcome to our in-depth exploration of World War I, one of the most significant conflicts in human history. In this video, we'll journey through the origins, key events, major players, and the profound impact the war had on the world. Let's dive in. World War I, also known as the Great War, was a global conflict that primarily took place in Europe from 1914 to 1918. It involved many of the world's great powers and was marked by unprecedented levels of carnage and destruction. The war began in the early 20th century, specifically on July 28, 1914. The immediate spark was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary on June 28, 1914, in Sarajevo by Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist. This event set off a chain reaction of alliances and declarations of war. But the assassination was merely the tipping point. The root causes of World War I were deeply embedded in early 20th century Europe, including nationalism, imperialism, militarism, and a complex web of alliances. Nationalism fueled intense pride and competition among nations. Imperialism saw major powers vying for colonies and global dominance. Militarism led to an arms race, particularly between Germany and Britain, and alliances created a domino effect, where countries were bound to support their allies, turning a regional conflict into a global war. The main alliances were the Triple Entente, comprising France, Russia, and the United Kingdom, and the Central Powers, including Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria. These alliances dictated the involvement of various nations once the war broke out. Key figures played pivotal roles. Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany, Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, King George V of the United Kingdom, and President Raymond Poincaré of France were instrumental in mobilizing their nations for war. World War I saw the use of trench warfare, especially on the Western Front, leading to prolonged stalemates. The Schlieffen Plan was Germany's strategy to quickly defeat France before turning east to Russia, but it ultimately failed, resulting in a grueling two-front war. Naval blockades, particularly the British blockade of Germany, aimed to restrict supplies and weaken the Central Powers economically and militarily. World War I earned its name as a world war due to the extensive involvement of non-European countries. Colonies from Africa and Asia were drawn into the conflict, providing troops and resources. Countries like Japan joined the Allies, while others from Latin America contributed through economic support and strategic locations. For instance, African soldiers served in European armies, and Asian nations like India supplied vast numbers of troops and materials. Latin American countries, though less directly involved, played crucial roles in supporting the Allies through resources and trade. Several key battlefields emerged during World War I. The Western Front saw infamous battles like the Battle of the Somme and Verdun, characterized by trench warfare and immense casualties. The Eastern Front was more fluid, with significant movements between Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Russia. The Gallipoli campaign was a notable attempt by the Allies to secure a sea route to Russia, which ultimately failed and resulted in heavy losses. In the Middle East, the Arab revolt against Ottoman rule played a crucial role in the eventual dismantling of the Ottoman Empire. Several key figures significantly influenced the course of the war. Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany, whose aggressive policies and support for Austria-Hungary escalated the conflict. Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, whose inability to effectively manage the war effort contributed to internal unrest, and his eventual abdication. David Lloyd George of the United Kingdom, who as Prime Minister was instrumental in maintaining British morale and coordinating the war effort. Georges Clemenceau of France, known as the Tiger, played a key role in the Paris Peace Conference and the Treaty of Versailles. And Woodrow Wilson of the United States, whose 14 points laid the groundwork for post-war peace and the establishment of the League of Nations. World War I was truly global, with significant contributions from non-European nations. Africa, Asia and Latin America provided essential manpower and resources. For example, Indian soldiers fought in various theatres, while African colonies supplied raw materials vital for the war effort. This global involvement not only broadened the scope of the war, but also set the stage for future geopolitical shifts, including movements toward decolonization and the reshaping of national identities. The human toll was immense, with approximately 17 million deaths and over 20 million wounded. Financially, the war cost the Allies and Central Powers billions of dollars, leading to economic turmoil and inflation. Materially, landscapes were scarred by trenches, artillery bombardments, and the destruction of infrastructure. The war also caused significant social changes, including shifts in gender roles and the acceleration of technological advancements in warfare and industry. After the war, the balance of power in Europe and the world was dramatically altered. The Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, Russian and German empires collapsed, leading to the emergence of new nations like Poland, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. The United States emerged as a significant global power, while Britain and France faced economic hardships and political changes. This shift set the stage for future conflicts, including World War II, as unresolved tensions and economic woes lingered. Let's delve deeper into some of the key battlefields. Western Front. Spanning from the North Sea to Switzerland, it was characterized by trench warfare. Major battles like Verdun and the Somme resulted in massive casualties with little territorial gain. Eastern Front, more mobile, involving large-scale maneuvers between Germany, Austria, Hungary and Russia. Notable battles include Tannenberg and Brusilov offensive. Gallipoli, an Allied attempt to secure the Dardanelles and support Russia. The campaign was a costly failure, leading to heavy losses for both sides. Middle Eastern Front included the Arab Revolt and the Sinai and Palestine campaign, which contributed to the dismantling of the Ottoman Empire. World War I officially ended with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles on June 28, 1919. This treaty imposed heavy reparations and territorial losses on Germany, fostering resentment that would later contribute to World War II. To prevent future conflicts, the League of Nations was established. Although it ultimately failed to prevent another world war, it laid the groundwork for the United Nations and international cooperation. Other treaties, like the Treaty of Saint-Germain and the Treaty of Trianon, reshaped Europe by dissolving empires and redrawing national boundaries, leading to lasting geopolitical changes. The League of Nations was created with the hope of fostering international cooperation and preventing future wars. Its principles included collective security, disarmament, and the peaceful resolution of disputes. While it had some successes in resolving minor conflicts, its inability to enforce decisions and the absence of key powers like the United States ultimately limited its effectiveness. Despite its shortcomings, the League of Nations provided valuable lessons that influenced the formation of the United Nations after World War II, aiming to create a more robust framework for global peace and security. World War I fundamentally transformed the world. It reshaped national boundaries, toppled empires, and set the stage for significant political and social changes. The war's legacy is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of global conflicts and the enduring importance of striving for peace and cooperation among nations. Understanding World War I helps us comprehend the complexities of international relations and the value of diplomacy in preventing future wars. Thank you for joining us on this comprehensive journey through one of history's most pivotal events. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more in-depth historical explorations. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for watching.